Hi everyone and welcome back to RTCarC today for Elefun and FMS. We are going to do an unboxing of the 64mm Futura Sport Jet, and of course this one is licensed by Tomahawk Aviation. Beautiful 64mm jet, and also what I heard is that they are good for people that are getting into jets because it's a nicer one, but that is for us to find out when we take it out to the airfield. This one comes in three colors. It comes in red, yellow and green. So let's start unboxing the Futura from FMS. As always, everything that comes from FMS is neatly packed. So on the top here we have the main wings. You can see they are not that big, but this isn't a big jet either. And the second wing. They feel quite solid. And look at that color. Red, silver and gray. Beautiful. And here we have the tail section. The horizontal stabilizers. Even these comes with two servos. So you have the possibility to connect them to 2-channel or use a Y cable and control them with 1 channel, of course. Wing spar. Holy moly. Here we have the vertical stabilizer. Look at this. It's so beautiful. So these are 9-gram digital metal gear servos, which I like. I'm not too happy about the analog servos. Yeah, and I forgot to mention that this airplane comes with fixed gear, as you can see here. It's not a problem, but I've seen someone put the same gear that is in the wiper, the 70mm wiper, into this one. I have a spare set though with those, so we're going to check out that later, but not now. We're going to do this review. And of course flight review before we try to fix anything. Nose cone. This is super great because if you have a hard landing or you hit something with the nose, these are easy to replace. And of course, hopefully they will be in stock, a lot of them. And let's go to the main fuselage. Holy moly, she is really a beauty. Look at this. Holy crap, such a beautiful color and a lot of space for your battery. The beautiful thing about this is that you can use 4-cell battery here. She's so beautiful, but we are missing some wheels. Let me put her down like that. More wheels. And a bag of screws. You don't need any glue to mount this plane. So let me just get my tools and we will start to mount the plane. It says in the manual it has a 40 amp ESC and you need a 4-cell battery, 2200 milliamp or 2600 milliamp 25C. I guess you can get even bigger batteries, but it's all about the CG. You really don't want to have a jet tail heavy if you're not a super pro that likes your plane tail heavy. I like my mine well balanced as the wiper, and now it sounded like I was saying something else, but as the wiper, it's slightly nose heavy, and that helped me push the nose down when you are using the flaps. You don't have to do any mixing or any adjustments for your horizontal stabilizer when you're using the flaps. Hopefully we will get this one to fly just as good and perhaps even better. We don't know. But back to the battery, 4-cell battery, 2200 to 2600. And I'm going to do the wiring later. I'm just going to put the wings on and the wheels and mount the horizontal and vertical stabilizer. It should be fairly easy. So here you have the elevator, you have 2 wires here, and you have 2 connectors here. So let's just put this one in. Make sure brown is on brown and yellow is on yellow, so you don't get any surprises. You really don't want any surprises. These plugs have a lock mechanism on it, so they won't separate during flight. And that is also cool. And you really should put something under the plane when you are mounting it to make sure that you don't scratch it up too much. Here we have everything in place, nothing binding, beautiful. And we need 2 screws. And they all come in the same length, so you don't have to worry about which are going where. Same goes here. Make sure that you plug it correctly in. Brown on brown and yellow on yellow. Easy as that. It is actually super easy to mount these planes. I stated in other videos that it will take you about 10 minutes. This tool is not the best tool. A long tool is good so you don't scratch the sides here, which this one did on this side. Not too bad, but anyway, it's not the best tool, so I need to order some tools from my local hobby shop so I don't have to damage anything in the future. I really love this color. It's just so beautiful. Doesn't matter actually. There is one thing with these foam models is that if you squeeze them too hard you will get some marks on them. That is just the way it is. It's just one of the compromises doing these foam models. Look at this. Holy moly. It isn't that much smaller than my wiper. Actually not. The wiper is okay. It's a little bit small. But then again, the final touch before we start with the radio is we're going to put on the wheels. Hold it like this. And the wheels are feather adjusted. You can see a little feather behind the arm here. And that is quite cool. But let me understand how. Because we want them to go backwards, and that means that this is the one that is going here. You can just snap them in place like that, like that. Beautiful. Spring loaded. And the other one, just get it down in this hole and snap them in place. This one we're gonna have a little bit of Loctite on. I believe we need to do. So even though it's not retractable system, you have this spring dampen, which is quite cool, taking off from grass or any other heavy surfaces other than a road, asphalt or concrete or whatever you take off from. A little bit more. It won't fall off in midair. Cool. So we're now ready to turn it around. And it should be able to stand on its own. Like a little child walking for the first time. So I'm going to put a battery inside it just to keep it nose heavy, so I can start with the other stuff that we're going to do, and that is assemble put the receiver in it. It may seem strange to you guys, but I'm really happy about this. I haven't been too eager to fly jets throughout the years that I've been flying. After testing the Viper, I sort of got a little bit hooked because they fly so good, and I don't know why I have been scared of jets, but the Viper from FMS, the 70mm one, can recommend it for all my hearts. There is perhaps some things that they could have done different in the build and so on. When it comes to this build, I'm super happy. It's so easy to put together. Hey, we have an extra yellow from the ESC. That means perhaps we have the reversible ESC in this one. Holy moly. She is so beautiful. This is really great, you guys.
ikke noe lydtak på den her.
Nei, det er sant. Og lettere batteri her, ja. Eller ikke en miks på den her. Så er det landing.
Ja.
I've told you guys that I'm a little bit scared of these EDF jets, but there's nothing to be scared about. I have set up this plane from the manual. I only set it up for low rates for now, just wanted to test it out. And of course, it flies super great with that. We have the reverse thrust on this one as well. So the newer ESC from FMS has the reverse thrusting, which you can control from your radio. That helped me a little bit today. You could also see when I came in and I just had put it down and she went outside the flying field. Reverse, magical, beautiful. We got to test out everything. I believe we had about 4-5 minutes of flight and we still have 45% left on the battery. But make sure that you fly shorter rounds and test your battery, because the draining of the battery can be different from battery type to battery type. So just make sure, do not fly more than 3 minutes the first time you fly, and check the battery for how much percent you got left. So nothing more to it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and share our video if you like them. That like button is very handy for us to beat some YouTube algorithms. So if you like our video, please hammer down that like button. And until next time, see you guys and girls. And remember, we have a crawler on the way. So I need to build a setup here so that we can test out the crawler inside. That will be super great.